vehicle?
So this car was made in 1908, so it's 118 years old now.
Yeah.
Made in Coventry by Singer, who started off making bicycles and then motorcycles and tricycles before moving on to proper cars.
And are you the owner right now?
I am the owner of this car. I've owned it for about 7 years.
Oh, wow. So do you keep it as a antique, or do you drive it as well?
We do drive it, so although we didn't drive, I live near Wolverhampton, we didn't drive it all the way from Wolverhampton yesterday. We've had to set out quite early to get here on time. So we trailered it to Coventry, and then we started it and drove it in to Coventry for this job. And when we've done today, hopefully we'll drive it to the site of the Singer Motorworks, where there's currently a hall of residence, and then drive it back to the trailer, and we'll take it home again this evening to get it in a garage.
Tell me everything interesting about the car.
Oh, there's too much interesting about the car, but
just give me the very greasy and then juicy parts.
They're very greasy and juicy parts. So this car was mostly, almost entirely built in Coventry. The Singer company designed it, and the White and Poppy company of Coventry built the engine and supplied that. The engine has got 4 separate cylinder blocks, one for each cylinder. It had the option of dual ignition, but at the moment we're just running on the single ignition system. It runs on...
What do you mean, single ignition?
So, for reliability, there was the option to have a battery ignition, which you had to charge every day, so you wouldn't be able to run it, and magneto ignition. So that generated its own electricity as you went along. Unfortunately, that part of it is missing, and I need to make that over the next couple of years.
Okay, nice. So, how would it work? Like, well, I see that handle at the front, and some machinery here, and whatever else.
Yep.
Just can you show us how it works?
I can show you how it works. We are not allowed to start it in the museum today, but to show you exactly how it works.
Yeah. How close to where did you point, right?
We have got a 4-cylinder petrol engine.
Does it actually run?
It does run. Yep. So petrol lives in the bulkhead here. We put it in through this filler cap. It comes out through this pipe down to this carburettor. That mixes the fuel and the air.
Yeah.
In order to make it work, we have to turn on the ignition switch,
which is
on the DAP in here.
Oh wow.
And
so
that
that's the ignition switch.
Allows the voltage from the battery via this timer mounted on the engine to make the sparks at the right time. The volts that go from the battery go to these ignition coils on the dashboard. And these convert the 6 volts from the battery to around 20,000 volts to ignite the mixture. But there is no starter motor on this car. When you need it to run, you engage the starting handle and you flick it like that. And then the sparks will make it continue. From there, the drive is taken out of the engine through a flywheel mounted on the back and a clutch faced with leather. And that is the friction lining to give the drive into the gearbox. And through the lever over there, you can select either reverse or one of 3 forward gears. And that drives to the back axle and makes the wheels go round.
This is amazing. What's the fastest this car used to run or can run?
This car will do around 30 miles an hour maximum. It's quite good at going up hills, and the brakes are relatively good for this age.
And there was no wipers?
There are no windscreen wipers. If it rains, so that you can see where you're going, you have to undo these nuts and fold the windscreen down so you can see over the top. There is no oil pump on this car. So in order to keep the engine lubricated, as you're driving along, you need to operate the oil pump here, which is a syringe on this tank. So if you cannot see oil and smoke, or you cannot see smoke from the oil coming out of the exhaust, you have to open this tap and suck oil into the syringe from the tank.
Oh, wow.
And then, by operating these levers, you can choose where in the engine you want to send the oil.
Interesting.
The oil lamps are the only means of illumination on this car. So when you go out at night, you have to open these up, make sure your tank is charged with paraffin or kerosene, and you light the wick inside. And you can adjust how much light by how much of that wick is exposed. If you put too much, it tends to smoke and soot up the lamp. If you put it down too low, you don't get much light. So you have to choose a compromise between it. There is no electric horn. If you want to alert other road users of your presence, you use the clown horn. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
You are welcome.
And how about the tires? And these were made at that time as well?
So these tyres are modern copies of the tyres originally made by Dunlop for this car. They've been made by a vintage tyre company. Luckily, they are still available, and that's one of the few parts on this car that I can buy. Everything else I have to make if it breaks.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Been good. Thank you. Nice to meet you.